All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Chris's Sports Corner. Man, real quick, man. Um, Making sure the volume ain't crazy. Still learning this little new setup I got going on, but I'm enjoying it. I'm a person that like to finish things, and I know with so much going on, I've been really locked in on a lot of different things, and but I knew I started doing this review of all these players for the Ravens and for the um, Cowboys. So I'm gonna finish that. So right now we're gonna talk about the Baltimore's Ravens 6th round pick. Um, I got his information. I wrote everything down. Where did I put it at? Um, where did I put it? I just see kind of day I'm having. 1 second, guys. Here we go. All right. A little technical difficulty there. But no, I got the information for 6th round pick for the Baltimore Ravens. Broderick, Washington. Hope I'm saying that right. I took some notes. I like to give informed information when I'm doing these. Just the notes I took and what I noticed. Um, all right, so let's get into it. First off, I want to say that the one thing you notice is he's a pretty sure tackler. If he gets his hand on the ball carrier, there's a good chance that ball carrier is coming down. He's definitely a big guy that plays well. He can play different techniques in the middle of that offensive line. Once he gets his hands on you, it's definitely a tackle. Um, One thing you gotta love about a person like Broderick is he's a constant motor guy. Like, his skills aren't off the charts. You're not gonna be impressed. But if you're a person that like effort, you're gonna be impressed with Washington, mainly because from the time of the snap, he's just going and going and going in constant pursuit of the ball, which is, in my opinion, that's great for a defensive tackle. Like, he's a defensive tackle that, um, like I said, he don't really jump off the board at you. He seemed like he was drafted in the right position, the right round. He, but he's a guy that you can always put in there, and that's going to give you maximum effort. And I think his effort alone puts him around the ball a lot. Because where normally once a defensive tackle fight out that block and the ball carrier's gone past him, a lot of times they don't hustle. You don't have to worry about that with him. He plays well against the run. He's a guy that you can put in against the run that's going to really stop the run. If you ask me, he's one of those guys that he'll a rotational piece, especially on a rundown. If you got a defensive tackle that's mainly about stopping the quarterback. So he's definitely one of those guys, and watching him in his pursuit to the ball. Like, there was plays where you'll see the ball carriers actually passed him, but in the middle of the traffic, as you would say, you still see Washington come make the tackle or come make the play. For a defensive tackle, that's a lot. You got to think these big boys running down that field. So, I mean, you definitely look for that. And at a minimum, man, he definitely adds depth to this defensive line. I think overall, this defensive line of the Baltimore Ravens is well put together. It's a solid bunch, but you got rotational pieces like him that you could plug in there, and he could really do something. And I don't see him being a instant impact down in down out guy, but he'll come in and make a name for himself. He'll come in and give you some quality minutes in that defensive tackle position. And I ultimately think that's what you want. For a rotational people, 6th round draft pick. What more could you really ask for? The one thing you do like about him is he will get off the ball. He will get off the ball. from the moment of the snap until that whistle blows, he gone. And if he get that first step on you, and this is a guy that could surprise you and get a couple and get 4 or 5 sacks in the season. Being a defensive tackle, that's pretty good. He's not Warren Sapp or nothing like that. But from a defensive perspective, he will get you 4 or 5 sacks, just based on the amount of minutes he played. But he's an impact guy, and he know how to. This is another thing, and I don't even think I wrote this down. Now that I think about it, he know how to navigate in the wash. What I mean is when the ball is snapped and the ball carrier's coming and it's just like everybody's right there, he know how to maneuver and be the way and find a way to get to the ball carrier. And I think that's important, especially for a defensive tackle, especially someone like him, because when you're a 6th round pick, ain't nobody expecting much from you. But I will say that when you start to make plays like that and just his hustle, the way he plays is going to automatically get him a sack or two. It's going to get him some good plays. It's going to get him some plays behind the line of scrimmage. So I'm actually really looking forward to exactly what he can do. I think he'll make this team. I do think he'll make the team. And I think he'll be a solid role piece. Now, this is another thing about him that is very, very good is the fact that he can open up lanes for linebackers. Because what happens is, I'm gonna get a whiteboard and I'm gonna start drawing this thing out. But what happens is because he got a quick first step, he draws the attention of the guard or the tackle, mainly the guard or center. He'll draw their attention immediately, and so while you're dealing with him, because he done got that first step on you, that clear for blitzes and give those linebackers clear view to navigate to find the ball carrier. So he could definitely play that role very well. Like I said, man, he got a great pursuit to the ball. He's a quality role player, depth player, a player that can really get in there and just add depth to the defensive line, and just get in there and make a play or two for you. And I think that's all you asking. When your main guys go out, you got someone like him that can come in and, as a rookie, he's going to learn a lot. He's going to get a lot of those second team, maybe third team reps. And I think he got a craft that he can continue to build on. He plays very strong. He definitely plays very strong. And he can move an offensive guard or a center. Like if he get that first step on you and it's a bull rush, that person going back. So, yeah, guys, that's my take, man. That's what I got on Broderick Washington. Like I said, I don't see him being someone that's just gonna take over a game, but he is someone that can have his impact felt tremendously. And yeah, we'll see how. I think he'll make the team. I think he'll make some plays, and don't be surprised. He may be a surprise for you. With that being said, guys, again, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for everything you do. And until next time, you guys be great, man.